mate. Welcome back.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah.
Been a while.
Yeah, mate. Too long. Too long. Oh, you're just slow getting started on this. Back again.
Yeah, well, you'll get back into the swing of it, won't you?
We're in the swing. We're in the swing. I'm just waiting, actually, for the fucking
Well, listen
garage,
to
garage to be smacked on by the girls. They finish in school in a minute.
right,
They'll be like, I can't get in, even though I've texted them to say go through the back door. But anyway, welcome
right.
to the garage.
How are you finding it? I listened to your one with Ian the other day. It was pretty good.
Yeah. No, it's nice, mate. We're still sort of toying with different ideas about what we're doing with the extension of the house and whatnot. So eventually, this will be studio slash pub slash sports room, man room
Okay.
for me to hide in.
Man cave.
Oh, fuck, I knew it. That ping on your end or just mine?
Not my end, no.
Sorry, but I should have started it. Oh, I knew she'd phone. Hello, mate. I'm recording now. You're now live on the Granite Zero podcast. Go on in. Yes, go through the back door. The back door's open. All right, mate. All right, love you too. Bye, 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 bye. All right, you just did. All right, bye. Love you too. Bye. Don't forget your sister, dickhead. Anyway, shall we get started?
Yeah.
Oh, just want to know if I'm
Oh,
making it over. Right,
right.
we're on it now. We're on it. What are those? Are they slippers?
What? No?
Oh,
Ooh, mate.
proper kicks, mate. I thought you were wearing like I don't know ninja slippers, like a ninja turtle.
Yeah, I don't know why. Should I just quickly try? I don't know why the settings are like this. Give me one. Like, I don't like it.
He doesn't like it. Oh, oh. Apologise to all the listeners, by the way, for my sniffing. I've got a bit of a cold going on. So we'll get started in a minute. Rules.
I still like it. I
Feel
don't
like
know.
yeah, it's all right. You're in focus. It's just everything else. It's like when you use
Yeah, I
portrait
don't know
mode on
what.
your iPhone and everything else.
Oh, let me check.
Let him check. Is
that better?
yes.
Yeah, that looks normal now. Doesn't it look like AI? God, that was annoying.
Well, anyway, Prananda.
Yeah. What? Yes, Prananda.
Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Right, let's get fucking going, shall we? Fucking, let's get fucking going. How you been? How was
Yeah,
Christmas?
so
How was New Year?
you Christmas, New Year, yeah, it was all right. It was same old. Like it was really nice to see everybody, but like working in hospitality,
Oh
it
yeah,
really sort of
that's got to be
pounds the life out of you.
Oh, I bet. It's like no rest. It's like just keep going. Just keep swimming, mate.
Yeah.
Just keep
Um,
swimming.
but yeah, going back to what I said, that podcast was really good. Um, I particularly like the drinking game with the cricket bit.
The drinking game of the cricket.
Yeah, watching the Ashes when you
Oh,
got back
me.
from,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
thought that was quite funny because that's definitely something that I would do.
Oh,
It's like sports.
yeah. Just got smashed watching fucking the Ashes that I've never done before, and I don't think I've ever done since, really.
Yeah, I was chuckling at that I was walking home. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely something that I I could get on board with. About the only way I'd watch cricket as well.
Yeah. It was one of those days where there was just no one there in the house. And what do you
What
do?
do I do?
What do I do with myself? I know what I'll do. I'm going to go to the shop.
A couple
Get
of
on it.
times.
Get on it, mate. Fucking spot on. Six Nations starts this weekend, pal.
Yeah, looking forward to it
I'm
actually.
actually looking for. I'm actually gonna watch it properly.
Do you know? Do you
Most
know
of the time, I
what as
catch
well?
one or two games, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm gonna.
No, I pretty as much as I can. I try and watch as like every game that I'm not working. I'll try and watch.
Mm.
Um, Still don't have a full understanding of the entire rule set of rugby.
I swear, there's new
I
ones
don't
in
think
there
I
now.
ever did. Yeah, yeah. Um, but I get the gist of it. But
Yeah.
there's times where certain things happen. I'm like, I got no idea why is it happening.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I remember watching it a few times, and I'm like, I don't remember that being a rule, but apparently it is a rule.
Because
Like,
I always the scrum always bothers me these days because it's pretty much uncontested, isn't it?
yeah,
So why bother with it?
it's like
Like,
a
don't
rugby,
bother with the whole.
it's like a rugby league scrum.
Yeah, like it's. I don't think
Because I,
I might be
I may
wrong.
be wrong. I remember you weren't allowed to feed the ball.
Yeah,
You had to
but now you
play it in the
can. I
middle,
think.
and then obviously the
Yeah,
hookers would do their job.
they'd
Um,
hook.
but now it just seems they feed it straight in. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just good to watch. Tackles aren't quite as brutal as they used to be either. They got that. You're not really allowed to dump tackle or anything anymore, are you?
no, you've got a
Got to close the gate.
what would you call that? Yeah, close the gate,
You
and it's
can't
got to
just
be.
can't just go in with your
Is it? But
shoulder back.
no, which I understand.
Oh yeah, the
It
amount of
doesn't
times I
make
just got
it's
smashed by a number 8 just with the shoulder.
yeah
Cheers for that.
fun though.
Yeah, cheers for
Fun
that.
to watch.
Yeah, I watched. It was a clip from like 2000 and I don't know 3 maybe. It was England Ireland, and Johnny Wilkinson was just tackling every motherfucker. And he did one.
Yeah, hell of a
It was a
tackler for a
definite. It was
fly
a
off.
definite. It was a definite dump tackle, and it would have been called as a foul in today's game because he sort of scooped him in and he turned.
And a
So
yellow.
so it would have been a definite yellow. Um, but yeah, he was underrated as a tackler. Fucking everywhere.
Yeah, for a fly off,
That's why he got injured
he
so
was
much. I
more than
think
happy to. Yeah, yeah,
always in,
probably.
always injured. Always fucking injured.
But yeah, yeah, I'll watch as many of the games as I can. I quite enjoy it, especially if it's on like a weekend day off and you can watch two games,
Mm.
plan your day. Like what I like to do is have like a decent breakfast, and then obviously have a couple of beers or whatever watching the first game, and then ready for half time at the second game, have like a curry
Ooh,
on the go.
that curry on the go.
Yeah, so it's
Ooh,
ready to go at half time of the second game. Eat it at half time, and then watch the second half and probably have a little nap.
little nappy nap, mate. Can't be a little nap, which is what I did this
You had a
afternoon,
nap
apparently.
today, didn't you?
Yeah, a little nap, mate. The next thing I know, are we doing this or not? Shit.
Yeah,
I started
which is
watching.
ironic.
I started watching Night Agent on Netflix.
Not agent, yeah,
I was getting into it, and I may have missed about 3 episodes now, where I was
yeah.
definitely
I
catching
I
Zeds.
do that. Happens to me quite a lot.
To enjoy a nap. It's very rare that I have like
Have
a
you
day off where
watched?
there's nobody at home.
Yeah. Have you watched The Fall?
The what? Sorry, the Fall.
The Fall. Yeah,
Fall with
yeah,
Jamie Dornan.
yeah.
Yeah,
Katie.
Katie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we on his side? Why are we on the side of the handsome man?
Did you did you get the whole Katie narrative? Katie narrative?
Katie narrative. Yeah, he was just using her basically, wasn't
Yeah, but do you know what for?
he? So that she would protect him in what he was doing. Am I wrong? I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched
You
it.
might be right, but my thought on it as somebody that has read a lot of stuff on serial killers,
Yeah,
a lot. I think now I may be reading too much into this, but I think what he was trying to do was get sent down as a nonce because
then
you get less time as a nonce than a serial killer.
maybe,
That was
which is
my
which is
thoughts on it.
disgusting in a way. Nonsense should
Yeah, but
get.
he didn't actually do any not. Did he do any nonsense? I can't remember.
Did he? He tied her to the bed and then was gonna do something and then just left. I think and left her there and told her she
Yeah.
couldn't move.
So he
Mm.
didn't actually
Katie.
do anything other than like probably be grooming or something. But
Yeah,
he didn't actually do anything. But if she said that he did, and he
yeah,
got sent down for that, that would take him away from the
yeah.
murders.
He definitely groomed her though, didn't he? Because she was obsessed with him.
Yeah.
I'm
I know
obsessed
it
with him. He's
was.
a very sexy man.
Yeah.
You can talk to me in that accent anytime, son. He did another decent series on BBC about he loses his memory in Australia. I don't know if you've seen it. I can't remember the name of it now. Tourist, I think it's
I
called.
think I have. Yeah, I think I have seen it. Do you know what's really annoying is that I've seen loads of series now,
Bleed it, mate.
and I can't always remember.
Which one's a which?
Yeah,
Kate's in one of those things on Netflix. I think there's about 5 or 6 of them called The Missing. There's one called The Missing. There's another one, and they're all done by the same author that they've adapted
same
into.
author. Yeah,
Some of them all right.
I,
There was one called Fool Me Once. I think it was called with
yeah. It's
Michelle Keegan.
he's quite a clever
Yeah,
writer, isn't he? He likes
yeah,
twists and turns.
yeah. So I
I
watched
can
that.
get on board with that.
I watched that Fool Me Once, and
Crap.
uh, it's because I'm a fucking military snob. Um, oh fucking hell, what have I done there? I've lost where I am. I'm a military snob, so anytime there's anything with anything to do with the military and uniform and if they do it wrong, then nah, get out of here.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think I had the same problem with the main actress
Yeah, Michelle
with
Keegan.
the with her yeah with her whole military and like nothing to do with me being in the military or anything, but I didn't believe it.
Yeah, there was bits in it, and
It
it was
wasn't
like that makes
believable.
no
Like
sense.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a story though, isn't it?
yeah, I know. And sometimes, do you know what I always find funny is when you're on well, as you know, I go on fucking real fucking rabbit holes, and then you get
Do
on
you?
to people, yeah, and then you get those people. It's because I love you. That's why I send them to you. And then you get onto those people that are like, and this fan theory about Toy Story.
Oh, I know.
And you're like,
Yeah,
no, it's not though, is it? Because it's just a cartoon. There's no hiddenness. Stop it.
but there might be.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
There might be. Shall I open up some of these
Oh yeah, get on the
notes that I got?
nostalgia train, mate. I'm all for it.
Do you want me to? I don't know if the thing will pick it up because I ain't getting any closer to it. But so I've got the notes open now. Right, so you can see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So I've got a
Jesus,
few.
you got a few.
um, is what I've been doing is every time I like think of something that I was like, oh yeah, I've just been making notes of it
Yeah.
just as like a sentence. Um, most of these you'll remember. Some of them you might be a bit like, because I don't know if you were a little bit young,
Right.
but
Got
I'm
you.
hoping that there is like at least a little. Oh, I think I and I just want to see your reaction to some of them, and also then we can also talk about
Let's
the
do
different
it.
subjects.
Love it.
All right, so you remember Granny's house, yeah,
Yeah.
with the downstairs bathroom. There's a
Yeah.
downstairs
It was right
toilet
down the
as well.
bottom, wasn't it?
Right down the bottom for some reason. I don't understand
Yeah.
to
Weird
this day
shaped
why
house.
it was designed that.
Funny
But
enough, I was actually
all the
describing Granny's
bedrooms,
house.
all the bedrooms are upstairs,
There was
and
one.
then downstairs.
So from what I remember, going up the stairs, you had one directly in front. Then you went up a couple of steps, or up a step.
And then you had the
Bathroom.
middle room.
You had a tiny bathroom, middle room, and then Granny's room was far right.
Oh, I don't
Corner.
remember. I don't remember a tiny bathroom
Yeah,
upstairs.
tiny bathroom, mate, because it had the weird toilet roll holder with the scary lady on top of it. That was either knitted or something.
That was one of the notes. That's one of the notes. We'll get onto that later.
Yeah, tiny little silly
Um,
bathroom. Go for
can't remember that bathroom. I don't think I ever used it. I probably did,
it.
but I can't.
It's only because I was going back through memory lane with, funnily enough, we're watching Gavin and Stacey, and obviously they live in a terraced house that's very similar to what Granny's was.
Every house in Wales
Yeah,
is like that.
every house.
Mum's new house is
Same.
like Granny's house.
Yeah, same.
Really high ceilings
Yes.
for really short people that work in mines.
Mm.
Right, so I will remember to do this, but there's a reel that I saw last night. It was interview. Like we'll get onto what I was going to say in a minute. Um, there was a reel on from the BBC archives,
Oh yeah.
and it was on the when I don't know if it was a Spanish flu. I don't think it was Spanish flu, but it was just flu, and it was just remedies that people came up with. Half the people spoke like grandma. Oh yeah, and what you do is you put a sock around your neck, a sweaty sock that you've been wearing all day, and you wrap it around your neck tightly, and you just go to bed, and you jolly well you sweat it out.
Mm.
And the rest were Welsh, and they were all going, boil an onion, put it in your sock. I was like, what? But it's actually comical because genuinely I've heard people say these remedies.
I saw
But I'm
one.
going
I
back
saw
to the
one the
right.
other
So
day. There was, if you've got a cold or you feel like a cough's coming. Don't know why. I almost slipped into a Welsh accent then. Don't know why.
mm,
Chop an onion and then cover it in honey and let it ferment overnight. And then
yeah, that was one of the things they said on this thing,
yeah, and
and I
the
was like,
syrup at the end
people
is
believe
supposed to
that, do
be
they?
it's natural anti-inflammatories, etc., etc. I was like, oh, I'll stick to
Yeah,
my
yeah,
Sudafed,
whatever.
thanks.
Right, so we used to stay at Granny's quite a bit, didn't we? And so we're in the downstairs bath as young brothers and it would have been 80s, if not like right
Early.
at the beginning of the 90s. We're in the bath together. We've got our toys. Do you remember the toys you used to have for the bath? Because I remember one distinct toy.
I had one that was like one that you would stick to the bath, and it was like I don't know what it was.
Yeah, this is one that you would play with in the bath, right? So, do you remember having a little boat that had a handle on the top that if you dunked it in the water, it then had a little squirty gun on the top and it was
Yes,
red and
yeah.
white? Right. Do you remember being in the bath with me, right?
This could
And the
get
two of
clipped.
us, and the two of us, right? We It was probably my idea, but
Probably.
also remember that you
I was a
were a little
rascal.
lunatic child compared to me. We decided that we'd start spraying this boat gun. It was great because we'd have all the other boats and we'd have like be playing around with the boats. But this one had the squirt gun. One of us, can't remember if it was me or you. Like I said, I'm the eldest, so probably me. Sprayed it towards the light
Yeah,
and
yeah, exploded.
sprayed it. Yes, right, yeah. But it didn't explode straight away, did it? We were there for about 10 minutes and it would hit. And the cool thing was the water would hit the light bulb because the light bulb was hot. It would like go, "Pff,"
Yeah.
and we were there for about 10 minutes. And all of a sudden, fucking and smash. And like there's fucking light bulb in the bath, all sorts. Mum comes fucking running in. What happened? What happened? I can't remember the excuse. We didn't get told off.
That makes a change.
We didn't get told off. I don't know if we were like, don't know what happened. We were just in the
We were
bath.
just in the bath and it exploded, and we could die in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bath because there's water in it. There's
But you remember that, yeah?
yes, I generally do
That was
remember
that
that.
was one that was one that I genuinely was like, oh, I don't know if he was a bit young for that because you were
Oh, I do
little.
remember
I don't know if that was when we were living at Granny's, but I also don't think it was because I
I
think I
don't
was a
really
bit
remember
older.
living at Granny's. I remember staying
Yeah,
there.
but you were a baby then.
I was well, I say I was tiny. I was fat, really fat baby. Nah, I was always I talked to the girls all the time about just being round at Granny's, and it was like, oh, can we get something from the shop? No, we got choc ices in the
Oh,
freezer.
that's also in the notes. Don't worry. It's good though because that means that my memories are not false.
No. Oh,
Um,
please
right.
tell me you
So
got Granny taking her teeth out and leaving them on the side while we're having our burgers. We had burgers and chips for dinner.
no,
It was
no, I didn't get that.
you
I
and
don't.
Rob.
Well, I don't think so.
Because I remember, right, because me being a fucking little weirdo, I'm growing up now, I wouldn't have any ketchup or anything like that on my burger. And then Rob decided it'd be funny to ruin my burger by putting ketchup all in it. But we were both, I said both, all three of us were a bit freaked out because Granny took her teeth out and left them on the side
Yeah, she used to look
next
like
to the
Cyril
sink
Sneer, didn't she?
next to the sink though. So we're on the little table
Mm.
in the kitchen, and then on the side were Nashers, and we were like, why have you left them there for
Mm.
us to stare at?
It was like a weird flex.
You will eat all dinner, or you won't have any teeth
um,
like me.
um,
Get
right, let me go on to the next one because
on then.
like I genuinely wondered if you'd remember that
No,
because
that's one I
it
do
was like
remember.
a
I
real
wouldn't have, unless you had jogged my memory, I wouldn't have even thought of that.
yeah. I'll try my best to try and like make as much like genuinely to your listeners. This podcast might be just a
Yeah,
bit like
I'll be
what the fuck.
boring, but I'm gonna have a good time. So,
Right, so on this like we'll stay in Bargoed, South Wales for
wow, lovely in the
like 10
valley,
minutes,
but
right? So if you remember Granny's garden,
yeah, Loved it.
Right.
Hours of fun
It
playing on
was
my
an
own.
odd garden. It had a little bit of grass there, didn't it? It
Yeah,
had the garage that we never went in.
weren't allowed in really.
We weren't allowed in. There was always Richard's weird bike from when he was a toddler. It was
Yeah.
around the side that I always wanted to. I think it was electric. It was a police bike
Yes.
with a big windshield on the front.
You ain't playing on that, kid.
Um, no, and like, I for the life of me, I don't know why. Next door were like the Jippos that had like load of burnt out cars
Yes.
and shit. But
Yes.
their garden was huge.
Massive. Massive square
Um,
garden. Wasn't
Massive square garden with just loads of junk in it.
Yes.
Um, and we were always when Granny didn't have flowers, we were always allowed to dig in the flower beds
Yeah.
and put our toys and stuff. We could make like GI Joe, like little battlefields and stuff. But why was the mud so black?
Super black mud.
Black, and there was
Got to be something
always
to do with the
blackbirds
cold.
just going. It's got to be. But at the time, I was like, but mud is brown at my house.
Yeah.
Granny's house. When we go
Mud's
to
brown.
like like I always say to people like when I used to go to Granny because there was no with both sides of our family there was not a lot of like cultural explanation,
No.
if you know what I mean. It was just like we're going to Granny's and you go to Granny's and everything's different.
Hmm. Why is that lad
Like
talking differently?
yeah, exactly. Like it was I didn't know what Welsh was.
No.
I didn't know like and
Yeah.
I suppose that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but it was like there were certain things that just weren't explained. So the mud was so black. When you looked out of that back bedroom that we used to share, sometimes I can't remember if you slept in the middle. I always had the back bedroom with that weird fucking
Was it blue?
what's his name? Hey?
Was it a blue? Was it a blue room?
No, that was at Grandma's. That was the downstairs one.
I'm sure that was.
Um at Granny's, she had the weird fucking Bugs Bunny.
Oh yeah,
Remember that was in the cupboard? Used to
yeah,
scare the shit out of me, thinking it was
massive.
going to come alive and come and get me. It was like 6 foot tall,
Yeah. Why? Why?
huge. Got no idea. I think it was something to do with Robert, but I don't know. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, so Granny's garden,
Hmm.
and for some reason, I can't remember if it was anything to do with people that I knew in Hereford, or if I just figured it out. If I got the blueprints from somewhere. Remember peg guns?
Yeah.
You get a plank of wood and two pegs, and you fucking shoot the inside of a peg. That
Yes.
was the bullet.
Yes.
I can't remember, like, but we made them at Granny's. I think Dad might have shown me how to do it by just getting like hammer and nail with two different pegs, and the one was the fucking trigger at the back. You just go, and it would fucking fire these fucking pegs. The inside, the metal bit, the squeezy bit in the middle. And it was always like, don't shoot your brother. I was like, no, I won't. Don't bloody shoot any windows either.
Definitely will.
What am I supposed to shoot then?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I can't remember why I even thought about those two first things. Um, but I'll flip flop away from Granny to Grandma.
Right.
Do you remember? Right, there's a few here from going down to Chichester.
Not that we went down that often, but yeah.
No, but when I did, I
Oh,
got
we.
some lasting memories.
Yes.
Right, so
Stuck with
right,
you forever.
yeah, but some
No.
of these I don't like. It's just my weird OCD brain that I remember these things. I think because they were just a little bit out of the ordinary, a bit like Granny's like bath being downstairs. Why in my house the bathroom's upstairs? Like
Yeah.
why is yours downstairs? My brain's not quite like why is it different in each house? So the first thing I've got here is Grandma's orange juice. So do you remember Grandma's orange juice? It just didn't taste like regular orange juice or squash. It was somewhere in the middle,
Mm.
and I only recently
Was it
found
really
out why.
orange?
No,
Was it
yeah,
like
and yeah, it was like
super
bright
orange coloured?
orange.
Like
But do you know
orange.
why?
Why?
I only recently found this
Is it
out.
like Florida oranges or something?
No, it's far more simple than that.
Or is it?
She made orange squash using orange juice and adding water.
Oh,
So she wasn't using squash from concentrate. She was just getting a carton of orange juice, half filling a cup, and
and
putting
put
the
some
rest
more in.
as water. And that's why Grandma's orange juice always tasted so fucking weird
Yeah,
and looked weird.
don't do that. It's one or the other.
Maybe, or maybe you do that, and we've had it wrong the whole time.
But she did
She
have a lot of years' experience on us, I suppose.
yeah, yeah.
One thing that
Um,
always jogs my memory about going to visit Grandma, right? And it pains me to say this, and I don't know why Dad got these, but a certain set of pajamas that we got given.
right.
You were given Manchester United pajamas with the massive Man United logo, and I got
Oh yeah, and
Liverpool.
you got Liverpool.
Yeah, but I must have just not
Yeah.
known because I wore them.
It's funny you say that because that is like that's clear as day memory, but I would never have thought that.
Why? Why? Who bought them?
I don't know who bought them, but I'm going to bring it up with him when he's home. He's
Yeah.
home this week, and I want to know why. I've just
There
had
was a
another
picture
memory.
going up the stairs because she used to have all the pictures up the stairs, didn't she? There's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
picture
yeah,
of me
yeah.
and
I
you
was just about to talk about that.
mincing about, and I'm wearing fucking Liverpool pajamas.
Yeah. Yeah, yours must be way worse.
Way worse. Not happy about
Yeah,
it.
because
Not
they
happy about it.
somebody did like a fucking weird family tree thing, didn't they?
Oh, we
And
had
that was always on Grandma's.
the Thompson clan.
Who did that? Sue?
I
Probably
don't know.
seems like
It
a
was
Sue
like
thing to
because
me.
we didn't we go up for one Boxing Day or Christmas. I only remember
Once
one,
upon a time, yeah.
and you got a
Yeah, I only
GI
remember one.
Joe Chinook, and it was incredible. Why do I
I bet
remember
Richard
that?
got me that. I bet Richard got me that, didn't he?
Probably. You had a GI Joe Chinook, and it was desert coloured, and it was amazing.
Yeah, yeah, I remember
I don't remember anything that I got, but I remember you got that.
that. And I bet you tried to fucking use it the whole time as well,
Oh,
didn't you?
probably.
Um,
One of the funniest memories I ever had about going to Granny Bars, this is like recent history, I would say, was one of the first times that me and Kate went together. And I think Kate must have been just pregnant with Jess, or we've just had Jess. I can't really remember. I think we may have just had Jess. We went up for a visit. And then I said, "Oh, we're just gonna pop out and have a stroll around town. You know what she's like. It gets a bit, no offense, but a bit boring in there. Don't really want to watch the
mhm,
equestrian anymore. So
yeah.
we're gonna go out and have a little walk around. Me and Kate got a bit peckish, so oh, should we go have a quick pub lunch? Oh yeah, why not? We went all out. Kate had like a big old fucking burger and chips. Now I went old school pie and mash. Yeah. Hello,
That's the
mate.
one
I
when you
told you she'd
go for
fucking bang
pub
on the
grub,
door.
mate.
Huh? The back door's
That's the
open.
one though.
I came back with it.
That's the one when you go for pub lunch, mate. Pie.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong. Can't
yeah.
go wrong.
Did that. Smashed it all, mate. Right. Got home or back to grandma's. Full roast dinner. Ready. Ready. I ate the fucking lot.
Southerners can't make gravy though, can they?
No, they cannot, mate. Still.
That's the one thing. It was always an odd one when I used to go down to grandma's. I always remember because obviously mum doesn't eat well, says she doesn't eat pork.
Mm.
Eats a bacon sandwich though.
Yeah, loves
Eats
it, and a
sausages.
sausage.
Um, her 60th birthday, she asked me to make her pulled pork in a
Oh,
smoker.
nice. Oh, that
Um,
does sound good though.
yeah, no, it was lovely, and she ate loads of it, but she doesn't eat pork. Um, so we never had pork roast dinners.
No, we didn't. I get
Very
that all the
rarely
time
had,
now, by the way.
yeah. But every time I went down to grandma's, it would always be pork and this like piss gravy,
Piss gravy and the beans that I hate.
boiled potatoes. Oh, broad beans, yeah,
Dad's favorite. I
yeah,
hate them.
broad. I don't mind a broad bean.
Get off my fucking plate.
I don't, I don't mind them. I don't mind any veg actually. I like it all. So like just to continue that because we were still like let's stay in our mind palace.
Yeah.
Let's stay
Love
in
it.
our mind palace. So we're still at grandma's house, right? So over, I don't know. You're the younger end of it, so I would have been older at times when there were people still in like high chairs and stuff.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So where the fuck did she get the clip-on high chairs from? That used to clip around a table. Do you remember them?
Yeah. Don't know. I swear Jess used one.
She probably still had them, but also like that's not that crazy, but it's not something that I essentially grew up with seeing.
Yeah.
Like if ever there was a baby, we'd have a high chair.
Yeah.
Like, but obviously there was lots of people that we had to sit around a table. So grandma obviously
Yeah.
found these things that hook on tables, which can't be the safest, but okay. Definitely an 80s thing.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
but do you remember like grandma's like weird, like genuinely now? I I guess because I didn't go there very often. So like to me, my granny's house was where I went to see my grandparents,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. So when I went to see grandma, it was very different for me. It was like visually,
Mm. No,
like
I get you.
and sensorily, it was very odd. Like talk about
And because it was a
granny's
townhouse
house
as
being
well.
weird, but yeah, yeah, all very, very odd. And then she's got remnants of fucking the 1950s in her garage when you go
Yes.
go and play tennis out the front. And like you get a fucking wooden tennis racket with like barely any strings still on it. And that was fucking Brian's from when they were in Malaysia. Like she had loads of shit like that, didn't she? And it was great. I used to love it, but like in my head, I was like, I'm in a different world.
Mm.
Right. But do you remember grandma's furniture in her kitchen?
Oh, the weird orange bucket
The
seat,
weird dining
but it had
dining
like
room table
but
and
it had
those
a
chairs
furry.
that you could, yeah, but the chairs that you could unscrew.
Yeah, but why they have
It
a
was it
furry
was like
top? Or have I made that up?
I don't know. Like I remember this is why I made the notes though, because I wanted to see
Orange.
if like you yeah, they're orange plastic with a white lid. There's a white lid on the
Yes.
top, and she always had a checkered tablecloth
Yeah.
over the table. But I was to this day toast and marmalade
Mm.
just reminds me of grandma because we that would like
You
our
you'd go
breakfast
for
would be
you'd
like
go for a
cereal and shit,
weekend,
wouldn't it?
right? This is what I always remembered. So you'd go on a weekend. So you'd turn up on a Friday. Saturday morning, you'd have a fry up. Yeah.
Yeah,
But not Sunday morning. Sunday morning would
no.
maybe be a boiled egg if you're lucky. But it was always, do you want a grapefruit? No, I do not want a grapefruit. What else have you got?
A grapefruit.
Got some cornflakes. Oh, don't fucking give me some. Put some
Oh
sugar
yeah,
on it.
you were picky, weren't you?
Fucking cornflakes. Put some sugar on it, and I'll have some frosties.
Yeah. I always forget that because you're not so much now, but you were always really
Oh,
picky, weren't you, as a
I was a
kid?
nightmare. I was, and it annoys me now because Sophia is 10 times worse.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So the smell of toast, but also then if anybody was to make me toast and marmalade, that honestly, like when you play Assassin's Creed and it like goes,
Mm. Mm.
you get like a memory, like the smell of toast and marmalade. I'm like, oh yeah, that takes me back
It's weird how
to that kitchen
smells take you places.
because I always remember like uh, we always used to. This must be an old school thing because it's not a thing in my house. It might be in yours, but it certainly isn't in mine. Is that we didn't eat at grandma's dining table unless it was like a Sunday roast,
Yeah,
or if like Jen and Terry were coming around, or
yeah. Then
Sue
the
and
dining room
Buster.
table would come out. It'd be on that
Then
little.
the table came out. The rest of the time we ate in the kitchen,
Yeah,
in the weird orange
tiny
furniture
kitchen.
that was plastic. It was a tiny kitchen, but I
There's only
guess
grandma there anyway.
yeah, but I guess back in the day they before like 'cause you got to think like a lot of houses that you move into now they've been redesigned, but with the same shell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Back then, like the kitchen wasn't like the focal point, whereas now I think it very much is. I think because food is more abundant now, whereas
Oh, yeah.
food
I see
back
what you're
then
saying. Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
sparse. You'd only eat what you could afford, and then, like your meal was not like lavish at all. Um, but yeah, it was weird. Like, why was the weird furniture all orange?
So 80s,
Like you just like yeah, yeah, 80s, 70s, I'd say.
or maybe yeah, late 70s maybe.
70s maybe. Right, so I covered that. Grandma's
Covered,
kitchen,
covered that.
grandma's weird kitchen table and
Oh,
chairs.
I remember going up once with Dad. It was just me and Dad. We went all the way up there, and then we arrived. He said hello, and he went right. See you in a bit. He went down the bell for hours
And left you
and
with
left me with
grandma.
Grandma watching the show jumping.
Oh, she used to love watching the show jumping. I tell you something, when she was in the home and like she quite often obviously as she was getting older and a bit more poorly, she'd forget. So she'd tell me like I'd ask I tried my best to ask her stories to sort of jog her mind a little
Yeah, yeah,
bit,
yeah,
but she'd get them mixed up. Like I knew the stories already,
yeah, yeah. But it's yeah,
but I'd want her to try. But she'd start getting mixed up with like Dad and Brian and nannies in Malta, but not in Malaysia, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
asking things like what did Grandad get his medal for? See if that would jog her memory, so she, one of us would finally find out what the fuck it was for.
Apparently, he just
Um,
got it. He just got it
and
for being good at his job. Apparently, according to Dad.
yeah, I don't believe it,
I guess we'll never know
but I guess we never know. Um,
because I'm
I
not
can't
paying
remember
to
where I was
go down
going
the
with that.
fucking wall records. By the way, I'm not paying for that.
Well, maybe we do in a few years' time.
Yeah.
Um, oh, I can't remember where I was going with that. Just jogging her memory.
So she tells you stories.
Yeah, it wasn't to do with that. It wasn't to do with that. Ah, well. Right. So we're gonna get on a quick bus and we're gonna go back to South Wales.
Ah, lovely.
Right. This is quite a good one because it's a very very vivid memory for me, and it was the first time I think I was ever terrified, as in genuinely, I was scared for my life and your life.
That
Right.
sounds good.
Do you remember going to Barry Island?
Yeah.
Yeah, going on the beach. Do you remember the two of us just pissing around in the sea,
I'm fucking about with the clay.
kicking the waves? No, in the sea,
Oh, and
kicking the
see.
waves as they came in,
Yeah.
and then some some big old fucking Welsh boy wanted to kick our fucking heads in,
Oh,
and
what?
made the pair of us sprint the entire length of Barry Island to get back to Granny. But as you know, by going on the beach at any point in your life, you think you're walking in a straight line, but you're not.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And you end up going to the left or to the right, depending on where the tide is going. But I remember running and literally this boy was going to kick my fucking head in,
What'd you do?
and just like sprinting. And you were only little, you were 4 or 5,
Yeah.
and Granny was there with Ivor, and she was like, go play with your brother down there. So down I took you. We were just playing in the sea, just kicking the
Picking the
waves and
waves.
that. And it's and clearly we'd splashed some lad, and he'd taken
Offense to an 8-year-old and a
offence
4-year-old.
to it. And fuck me, did I run fast? Right.
Did you leave
But
me
I
in the
couldn't
dust?
leave you behind. So I genuinely did the superhero thing of scoop and keep running.
That's not the first time you've
And I
scooped.
was scoop and keep running, got back to Granny and Ivor.
Ivor.
Right. Explain this to me. As much as I can imagine, it was mum and dad saying, like, we're working over the summer holidays. Would you mind having Darren and Sean for a week or 2 weeks or whatever? Oh, what the fuck are we going to do with these two now? Was probably what are we going to do? Right. Okay. So Monday I won't give you the list because there is a few more things on here that would coincide with that. And I don't want to, right. So taking us to Barry Island, that's part of the deal. They've probably budgeted, or mum and dad are giving them money or whatever to take us. Right. So a fucking we get 2 or 3 chips in a cone with some ketchup. Right. Why has Granny and Ivor gone to Barry Island in the clothes that they wear every day? Ivor would always have a white and blue checked shirt on, some chinos and some trousers, and Granny would be wearing some sort of frock.
Yeah.
Frog in Welsh,
Rock.
spelt pretty much frog.
Yeah.
But that's what they took us to the fucking beach in. Me and you are there in our fucking tighty whities. Right, let's go get in the sea. They had no... Go on
Where's that?
then.
Where's our fucking swim kit?
Run along. They stayed up on the fucking promenade and let an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old just fuck off.
Different time there, bud.
Yeah, nearly got my fucking head kicked in, didn't I?
See, I, one.
You can't remember that, can you? Because I
No,
was fucking terrified.
I don't remember that one. One that sticks with me was Porthcawl.
Oh, Porthcawl's on the list.
Um, you, it was me, you, and Rob, and we went down the beach. Um, and you and Rob decided to just have a roll around in the fucking clay, and you were just covered head to toe in clay.
Well, Rob was. That was just my skin tone.
Yeah. No, I don't know why that's
I was
sticking in
just
my head.
tanned.
Porthcawl.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I saw clay at a beach.
Yeah.
That used to be a thing. Every time you go, all of a sudden you go, hey, quicksand.
Mm.
That's something that's not scary anymore, isn't it? That's how everybody died in the
In
80s.
movies, yeah.
Quicksand.
Ah,
Right, let me have
not
another
so
quick look
not
at
so
right.
quicksand, really. What do you think about
Aha, right.
it? Okay.
So I got two.
I've lost
Two.
all my
It's
listeners.
I got one after the other. Because like honestly, it's purely thought provoking for you,
I love
just
it.
to see if I get a reaction. Right. Right.
I'm ready.
So again, this is going to be early 90s.
What a decade.
Going up the mountain with Ivor.
Yes. In his
What
in
was
his Renault.
that?
In his Renault. His
But
paint filled
what?
Renault.
What? Yeah, always stank of paint and pipe.
Yeah.
How old was Ivor, please?
Do you know what?
Who
Also, I don't think he was that much older than Dad. Genuinely. But
I
why did he seem
I'm
older?
just do, I'm just doing this because
Granny loved her toy boy, didn't she?
right,
Slept in different
right,
rooms.
listen. My notes are going up the mountain with Ivor, and the next one is Ivor. Okay, right. So I remember like because me and you would just go up there and just play. What was he doing?
I don't know.
I
I remember
guess.
his car really struggling to get up there once,
Yeah,
and I was like, "Are we going to die in this
that's on there as well. Not specifically his. Just why is everything uphill?
and we would
Even when you
leg it
should
up
go
the hill.
downhill.
We would leg it up the hill
Yeah,
and then roll
weird,
for a bit.
weird like
That's dangerous.
weird shrubbery. There's weird shrubbery everywhere as well.
Do you remember the I used to call it the wood park
Yeah,
with the
I
swing.
think that's in Abergavenny.
That was it.
I think so. Yeah,
'Cause we'd have to drive for a long
which
time to
which
get there.
you'd think, which you'd think in my head that was fucking miles away.
Yeah,
It's literally 20 minutes up the road from where I live now.
yeah.
And Bargoed is not far from Hereford. It's not far at all.
It seemed like it though, didn't it?
It seemed like it when you were in a
I remember
Peugeot
we took Rob
308.
Artland with us once.
Did we?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't remember that.
Nah, it might have just be you might not have been there to be fair. It might have just been me, Rob, and Mum and Dad. Because obviously, do you remember going to
Okay, we'll
visit?
move on from.
But do you remember going to visit Granny with Dad just before she went into hospital? And it was the eclipse. But we stopped on I don't know what fucking bridge it was, but we stopped
Yeah,
on a bridge just to
no, it
look.
wasn't a bridge.
It looked like a bridge in my
It
head.
wasn't a bridge. Yeah, yeah, in your head at the time because you were only little, weren't you? No, it was just after the cattle thing when you go towards Bargoed. You know,
Yeah.
they got the cattle grids
Hmm.
and they'd recently resurfaced it. So you're going up and you could pull in. So you're
That's
basically
it.
at the top. You're at like the apex of the climb before you go back down. And we had to watch it through the sunroof,
Yes.
if you remember.
But that was just us three, which I thought was nice
Yeah,
that Dad used to just take us to go and see Granny. If that
yeah,
makes
yeah.
like because obviously Mum couldn't drive, loser.
Loser, yeah.
Mm.
Um,
Do you
right,
remember
so
Granny's pound coin holder?
yeah.
Pound.
It was like a Pez machine.
Yeah, got my
Yeah.
pound.
What's that for? Like,
Well, cash was king then, wasn't it?
yeah, right. So the next one.
Ivor that
So
just
we'll
disappeared.
get away from grandparents. Right, I'm gonna go for some like
Love it.
some quite funny little holiday stories because I think from
Not bringing up
oh
home yet,
God,
are
how
we?
old would we? No. We should, we
We
definitely should,
should.
but no. Um, but it wasn't until so. How old are you in? What year would it have been? Year four. How old are you?
Year
Year four. So
four.
reception.
Is that like eight?
Yeah. So not until I was like 8 or 9 did we actually go abroad on holiday.
Yeah. I remember.
If you remember.
So if I remember right, which I could be wrong, our first, well, apart from Germany, our first abroad holiday, Malta, I was in year five at Hampton Dean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that'd be about right then.
you would have been year 8, 9 bishops.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to work out how old you were. Right. So,
I only remember
if,
because we sent a postcard back to the school, and I actually was back in lesson when the postcard arrived, and I had to read it out. I was like, "Oh, this is not embarrassing for a dyslexic that doesn't know he's a dyslexic at the time."
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So apart from like when we started going to Malta, which was lovely that we did that. We also went on some. Do you remember going on a tour of the UK
With
looking for
dad,
castles
with dad.
with using a map? Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you remember
We went to a
one of the
few castles,
castles?
and dad. I remember him just being disappointed because he arrived and there was no castle, just some
Yeah,
bricks.
it's where I remember there was one that we went to that there was just a plaque on the
Yes.
floor and
And
in a farmer's field.
can you imagine just turning up and just going, I told the boys there's a fucking castle here.
But how funny that he like
Oh, brilliant idea
that
though.
was his idea. No, it wasn't.
Oh, mate, it's class. He's trying to do stuff with us.
No, he wasn't.
No,
No, he
no, he
wasn't.
wasn't.
No, he wasn't at all.
Oh.
Hang on, where's he go? Right, so leading off of that, so there's a few things with this next holiday, and I carried the tradition on. I took Georgie there. Me and you have been there.
Oh, we're going to the beacons, mate.
We're going to the Beacons, but
Pardon me.
and I doubt very much that he is one of your listeners. But if you,
Craig Rachel.
Craig Rachel, do you remember like, and not him leaving the tent door open?
I do
Do you
remember that.
remember the highlight of his holiday?
Didn't
Rich
I?
kid,
I slipped
rich
down.
kid that
Did I not slip down the mountain and fall in shit?
you may have done, but
That's
he
that's what
top
stuck in
trumped
my
you
head
on that.
because I almost died.
So yeah,
I almost went into the fuck.
um, you went into the abyss.
I did.
No, rich kid, got no camping experience, no sort of outdoorsy anything. 'Cause remember on the way there, he like dad stopped off at a golf club, didn't he? I think he wanted a pint.
Dad wanted a pint, yeah.
On the way there, that
Did
he
we
wanted
not
a
also
pint.
go into the town for a bit? Because Dad
Yeah,
wanted a
yeah,
pint.
yeah. We did. Yeah, we did. Dad wanted a
Dad
pint,
wanted a pint.
and which I can like. To be fair,
Now I can get it.
I get it now. If I was just there with like three dickheads, and I got to do this for a couple of days, I'd be like, I need to go to the fucking pub, right? But Craig Rachel in that, like, so basically, we've got all of our camping gear. Ours is all either stuff that's too big for us that Dad nicked from the camp or been given
Yeah,
to by the camp,
yeah.
or just like a standard raincoat. Craig has got something that looks like it should be attached to a chair on Yeoman's Cannon Travel, like a terrible fucking jacket. And he goes to the toilet at the golf club and comes out with shit all up his arm because it was the 90s, it was baggy. He went to wipe his ass and wiped his entire sleeve up his ass. Do you remember that? No.
No, I don't, but that's fucking brilliant.
And he just came out with it like his arm stuck out because he was like,
He's probably like, Tom, help me.
yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I always remember going around to the Rachel's house and they had money, didn't they? And
Yeah,
like in their basement, they had a snooker table with a fucking computer down there and stuff. That like just that at that like small point, that was just no one had a computer.
yeah.
nobody definitely had a fucking snooker table and nobody's child at like, so if you were 10, 11, he was only a year older than you, was like that good at snooker and pool just because you had a pool table in you. But no life common skills.
No,
Nope. Can't can't
no.
think to roll your sleeve up before you wipe your ass. And then
Or
he left our fucking door
tenner.
open, didn't he? I reckon when he did that, Dad was like, "Oh no, forget it, time."
Gotta go home. It's wet inside.
Oh
Probably wasn't
shit!
even that wet inside, but it's wet
It
inside.
probably wasn't.
Oh no. Dad shaved his head. Do you
So
remember
yeah,
that?
yes, he did. Yeah,
When Dad thought he was some sort of barber.
yeah. Give Craig Rachel a fucking skinhead out of nowhere.
I,
Oh
I
God.
told a, I
Oh,
told
right.
a story to Kate the other day about how I swear I think you did it on purpose. Do you remember when I was with my ex that was up her ass, hairdresser, um, and you said to me, "Do you want me to cut your hair, mate?" And I went, "Oh yeah, go on, then, I need a haircut." And I don't even know what you did, but you did something, and my hairline went all the way fucking back to the middle of my head, and then you went, "I'm just gonna have to shave it off, mate." Fucking shave my head off. And then I met her for drinks that night, and she went, what have you done to your hair?" And I went, "Oh, I went to have a haircut, and it just went a bit wrong, so we shaved it off." And she was like, "Oh, so you didn't come to me to get your hair cut?" And I wanted to go, "No, because you're shit. But you're that shit that I'd rather my brother try and cut my hair."
Yeah, that was at fucking Grenfell Road, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, right. Let me see if I can move on with something. There's so many. There's still so many. Right. Um, all right. I'll move away from like silly things. Like one thing, like a real fond memory I've got as a child was, and I know why we got it, but we still got it. And that was it didn't matter what day of the week it was. Every now and again, we get woken up. It's like, do you want curry and chips? It was only curry and chips. That's all it was. And it wouldn't matter if it was a school night. And if it was a school night, Donna would be like, right, boys, get up to bed. Get up to bed. Dad would be like, well, I'll just bloody leave. He's pissed, isn't he? And
Yeah,
he's come home with some bloody, because he was probably a bit peckish. Didn't think about the fact that some of us might want a noodle or something.
yeah.
It was just curry and chips, and
Curry and
we could
chips, mate.
stay up. And the funny thing is, it was probably only till about 10 o'clock.
Yeah, probably,
It was
mate.
probably no later than 10 o'clock.
There was do you know what I used to love, right? And you were probably saying you were probably able to stay up actually. We could do it now as adults, easy peasy. Not that our teams ever play on this day anymore, by the way. Monday night football, right?
Yeah.
I remember it must have been about 96 ish, 95, 96 maybe. Man United versus Newcastle. Big Tommo went, "You can watch the first half, boy. No problem." Sat on that weird fucking sofa. I used to always sit on the arm because I was his shadow, watching it. Probably the most boring game for me to watch because there was no goals. When I watch it back now, Schmeichel had a fucking stormer because fucking Newcastle were all over us. Halftime comes, Big Tomo, right, you got to go up to bed, boy. I don't know why he wasn't at the pub. You know? Perhaps it wasn't a thing then. I don't know. Went
Yeah,
up
it
to
was.
bed. I went up to bed, snuggled in, getting all cozy, drifting off to sleep. He pops upstairs and he wakes me up. "We won, boy. Eric Cantona scored." I just remember you coming up to wake me up to tell me that they fucking won. I was like, brilliant. Stuck in my head that. He's a good fucking sausage, really.
Ah,
Autistic
there's
as
a few I
fuck.
could add to that. There's a few that I could add to that with Tom. But right. So holiday sea castles. I can skip through some of these because some of these are just bollocks. Uh, no, they are. They are. They really are. Um, all right. So I've got curry and chips after Tom got pissed, getting woken up.
Remember when he pulled the wrong tooth out?
Yeah. Oh, do you remember when Tom went crazy about having only 7 chips?
Yes, that's my favourite. I still talk about it to this day. I only got bloody 7 chips.
Like he cares. He doesn't even like chips.
Been at work all day.
Oh,
7 chips.
no, he was livid, wasn't he?
I remember once is another one for you. I don't know if you remember it. We had bangers and mash. Dad went off to the toilet because he needed the toilet. I thought he'd finished, so I ate his sausage. He came back with my sausage. I thought he'd finished. What? Where's my bloody sausage boy? Oh, fucking hell.
That fucker used to piss me off when I moved back with him after me and Georgie's mum split up, and obviously Jerry was there, and Dad eats like a squaddy, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Like
fast. Done.
fast, just get in me. I don't want to be sat here.
Yeah.
And so he'd scoff his dinner. I'd still be savouring my flavours, and
Yes.
he'd be like, "Have you finished?" It's like, "What are you on about? Have you finished?" It's like, "No." Oh, it's just I was going to give Jerry some. You want to give my dinner to the dog? Fuck you.
I remember you used to save certain bits of a roast dinner till last, like the Yorkshire pudding. I remember you used to do that.
I still do. It's
And Dad would
obsessive
look at you, Dad would
compulsive
be
to some
watching you going, "You gonna finish your Yorkshire pudding?" Yes. Let me just
extent. Yeah. Yeah, because oh yeah, I eat methodically. So especially if there's something on my plate that I don't like, not that I don't like, but it's like my least favorite.
Yeah.
I'll eat that first,
Yeah, you gotta get it out
and
of
I
the way.
keep going until
I'll do that with a
I keep
fry up
going
with
around.
if I've got mushrooms on there.
Yeah, well, anything I eat, I
I gotta
literally
get rid of that mushroom.
methodically eat. Yeah, you don't want to, and you don't want to finish with the like. And if any one of your listeners thinks that you can end a fry up with a mushroom,
Yeah, no, I mean.
you're a psychopath and you
Kate still finds
need
it hilarious that
help.
I make sandwiches while I'm eating.
What?
Like with a fry up,
Yeah,
you toast,
yeah,
you make a sandwich. But I can do that with any meal, and I
yeah.
know you hate that.
That, yeah, fucking winds me up.
God, don't fucking annoys me. I also can't.
Oh,
I also can't make fish fingers and chip or fish fingers and mash for 2 people. It has to be for 4.
yeah, yeah. It's not a meal.
No, but I can't do it for my. Do you not remember?
Fish fingers is. It's funny because it's right at the top of my list. Why I hate fish fingers.
I remember I did fish fingers, peas, mash, and parsley sauce while Mum was on holiday
Yeah,
with Dad back in the
yeah,
day now. But I couldn't.
yeah.
You were out fucking working properly, and I couldn't do the portion size for myself, so I made it for 4 people, and I ate the lot.
Because you did.
And I wonder why I got so fat. Portion size is not my friend. Oh, hilarious. What's your beef with
Yeah, I
fish
hate fish
fingers?
fingers because of Dad.
Oh, Dad did love a fish
There
finger,
was there
but
was a
you'd
time.
burn them.
No, there was a. There it is. There it is. And we grew up in a household that if it's on your plate, you got to eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like my household, where my daughter will turn around and say to me, "Sorry, Dad, I'll just get a takeaway."
Oh. Oh, that's
If
got.
she's like,
Is that not a bit of a slap in the nuts when you're a chef?
not really,
Or do
because
you not get? Or do you
she
not care?
nah,
Honestly.
she's she doesn't like things like cottage pie,
I don't know how
sausage
we're
and
related.
mash.
Am I actually related to her?
No, like the thing is with George, she likes ramen. She likes anything like noodle based.
Hmm.
She likes pasta. She likes pizza.
Oh,
She likes
she's
steak.
Sophia.
She likes chicken. Um, she like fish and chips or something. Not fish and chips. She loves sausage and chips or nugs and chips or something. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's the window that you have, unless I guess she's with friends that eat other stuff, and
Oh, I
then
got
she
it. Yeah,
broadens
yeah,
her
yeah. I know what you mean.
horizons. Whereas within the house, like chicken thighs, bang, I'll have it. I'll have that with
I do like a thigh.
broccoli, whatever. She'll have whatever with it. But if I was to say I'm doing cottage pie tonight, she'd be like,
Oh,
you know what? I'll just get pizza. That is fine. Which wasn't an option for us, so we always
no, it
had to
wasn't.
just eat.
Yeah. So I,
We
I
just
know
had
you. I know
like,
you're not
but
the
also
biggest
like
fan.
me and you never had money. We didn't have money
No. Yeah.
like they do.
Yeah.
Like she's probably got more money than me disposable of a
Mm,
week. So her to just get a pizza from Leven or like um
yeah. It's nothing, is
Pizza
it?
Express or wherever the fuck you get pizza from. It's just cheese on toast, by the way.
Yeah.
Like you anyway,
I
going back to
I made a
going
lovely
back
Irish
to
stew the other week, other month.
did you have dumplings?
No, I did it with mash because I'm a mash guy. But I literally slow cooked it like for 8 hours. It was fucking incredible. It was only me and Kate that ate it.
Kids didn't.
Nah, they went.
It's weird, isn't it?
I went.
Like
Do you want?
because
Do you
like
want this? It's fucking nice. Nah. I was like, all right, I'll make another meal then for you.
yeah. Well, like tonight, for example. So obviously I have George and Charlie back this evening. So every other week, because obviously George is with us a week, with
Yeah.
Emma for a week, our food bill goes up by like 150%
Yeah.
because like no, genuinely, because I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know if it's like 40s. I don't know if it's just again nostalgia or what, but I'm quite enjoying eating sausage and mash with some onion
Oh, I
gravy.
love that, mate.
I'm enjoying eating a
I'm all for it.
cottage pie. I'm enjoying a curry. I like whatever. Like I just that's what I'm eating. But it's cheap to eat like that,
Yeah.
which maybe is why I like that kind of food, is because that's what I was brought up on,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
it was
I
probably
don't know.
cheap.
I think you're right
Whereas George hasn't been brought up that way at all
though.
with food.
Sure.
She has had fillet steaks
Yeah.
twice a week. Um, the pasta she eats is stuff you would get in an Italian restaurant. Uh, do you know what I mean? So it's like
Mm.
it's like chalk and cheese. But so the second week when George is with us, it's planned out. So like when I finish this podcast, I've got a spatchcock chicken, roast. Do you know what that is? I've shown you how to do
Yeah,
this
I did. On,
actually.
I did it on the barbecue.
Yeah, I've shown you how to do it. I've got a spatchcock chicken. I've got to make a load of chips.
Yeah, because you don't fuck about.
Homemade chips.
You actually make chips, don't you? You
Yes,
don't fuck
yeah.
about.
But also for reasons known to me and you, there will be sweet potato chips as well. Um, you looked at me then like I don't know what you're talking about.
I do, but I'm not going to say.
Some rice. I'll do some pico de gallo, maybe some little garden, maybe. I don't know. Um, and eat family style. George can get on board with that because the chicken's not overpowering. There's not like chili and
Yeah,
shit. She just cut out the chicken what she wants. She can get a few chips. She probably won't have rice. But Charlie does. Charlie's a bit more adventurous with George than George. Jesus Christ, don't say that, Darren. Um, oh, that was like Darth Vader entered the room
it
in
was.
my
Yeah.
headphones. Boom. Um, he'll have a bit of rice or something.
Oh, well done, Charlie.
Um,
I haven't met him.
what's happened?
I haven't
Well,
met the show. I haven't met Charlie boy.
yeah. How has happened?
I don't know what you've done. Your little brown head. What have you done?
I think I disconnected my mic.
What did it? Did it
Sorry
just come
about
out
that.
or die or what?
No, no, well, it might actually, it might have died. Headphones, I mean. Just check the settings. It should be working. Is it not working?
I don't know if it's just because you're far away from your mic now. I don't know.
It's working.
Yeah, you're back on, mate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry,
You're right.
I think I knocked the mic.
Huh. Huh. I need to sneeze, but I can't. Your camera
Ah,
is
right.
facing your guitar, mate.
It is now, yeah.
There we go, my son.
Right, back in the room. Back in the room.
Yeah, boy.
Still seems very quiet. That's all.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Lima Charlie, loud and clear.
Yeah, I don't know, but in my headphones, it's gone really quiet. So thought I'd knocked him out.
All right.
Um, seven chip Tom going berserk.
7 chips.
Lyle Lyons.
Yes, a lot of time for that. Chris Gower in his garage. That was our
Chris
H.
Gower, is he still alive?
I heard that he's a fucking Hereford United football hooligan.
Oh, that's what you want to be.
Yeah, when you grow up. It started in his garage. And we had Dan the Lionhead
Yeah.
was centre back. Because I remember I was in goal and I was actually not a bad little keeper, just tiny, tiny little man. Because that's where the nickname Spoon came from, was because how did you organise a friendly, by the way?
And
You organised a friendly on, nobody's going to know where this is, but on the Roland Close, Lyle Close green, where there's two
yeah, yeah.
trees.
Behind Chris Vaughan's house.
Yeah, that's where we played. I mean, you play, and
Yeah.
you, we started the game. You turned up a bit late. I don't know why. I can't remember why. But I was playing. Hold on, mate. I was playing. I went up front, and I couldn't hit a barn door. And then you turned up and you went, Sean, you fucking spooner, get back in goal where you belong. And then, yeah, we sorted it out. Hold on, give me 2 secs. I'm just gonna pause this because I'm getting
Should we
farther.
pause? Because I need a wee anyway.
Yeah, cool. I'm getting farther through the door. So give me
What do
two
they
secs.
possibly need?
I don't know. She's a little helmet. Right, 2 secs.
I know what I did.
What?
I pre on the top of my mic, I can press it to just be a mic and not mic and headphones.
Oh,
So the sound was coming out of my laptop, but not.
very special. Where were we?
Can't remember. What do you have to? What did you have to sort?
Oh, Jess wanted to go to the shop. So she was just letting me know that she was going to the shop.
Oh, well, it's good that she does that.
Yeah, she's a good little egg. She's a good little sausage.
Right. At least we had a little break because I think we were just going off on weird tangents. Swimming the whole day.
Yeah. Do you know, I
The
generally
whole day.
I brought that up with Kate before and the girls, and they thought it was mental. Kate did especially because obviously she can't swim, which is mental to me. How can you not swim
Yeah.
all day? 50p for the locker, and it will probably be
Yeah.
about £5 for both of us to go swimming
Yeah.
all
And
day.
that was with a portion of chips.
Mm. Portion of chips with glass in it, mate.
Yeah.
You got free chips after that.
I did. I did. I wouldn't I wouldn't want to do that these days, but I kind of appreciate it. I kind of
It's
appreciate the fact that we were able to do that.
Yeah, it was obviously growing up in a different time. Mum and dad were both at work during the summer holidays. It was
Yeah.
catch the bus on Gorsey Lane.
Or walk sometimes.
Oh,
Sometimes I'd
how
make us
long?
walk.
How long is that walk
For
though?
you, like you used to fucking hate it, but it's not that long.
It is so long, mate. Over the Vicky Bridge.
Yeah. I once you got to Vicky Bridge, you're like, I'm nearly there.
Yeah.
Um, but also like it it showed like there's another one on my list is being that we grew up in Hereford, yeah, but we were always kind of outsiders in Hereford because we've got no deep roots in Hereford. Like our
Mm,
parents didn't work at Wiggins, they didn't work at Sun Valley, they didn't know. It's almost like a Hereford Illuminati almost
yeah.
that you don't know. Like I only know people through different sports and that I played and going to school. Whereas some of the people we went to school with, their parents went to school together and blah 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 blah
Mm,
blah.
yeah. No.
And also, not until like late high school, I didn't know the north-south divide. I didn't know about that. So, like when me and you would go into the swimming bars all day, and there were probably kids from the south side who were slightly less well off than us, slightly rougher around the edges. Like you meet these kids and they'd be like head bombing off the top boards, and you'd be like, Why is this kid so fucking mental?" And it's like, oh, like when no, when you look at it back, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
right, I get it. But like in in my upbringing, really, I look at it and I go, I was I was quite sheltered to a degree
Yeah.
because like our little Lyle Close, And like there's a number of things on here. Like remember the Faraway Park?
Far away.
So, yeah, so you
Is that
had
the one that I
Gorsey
would call
Lane.
the Adidas hoop?
Yes, yeah. So, but you go there, and there'd be kids there that you'd never met in your life,
Yeah.
and kids that we probably should have known, but because we were up in our
We were in a
little
bubble.
Lyle close, Roland close little thing, and like our parents didn't expose us to other kids that were around Herrick because they didn't know them.
No, no, I see what. No, I get that now. Didn't really think about it, really,
No, no, I never thought about it.
because
Never thought about it
you
until the other day, and I was like,
with my like friendship group, we were all literally around the corner. So we had
yeah,
the obviously I was good friends with Tom, ended up part of the LGBTQI plus community. Um,
yeah,
Even like David Weaver was down the road slightly, different road. Had to go through Alice, not Alice Close.
the left. You just have to go to the
Yeah, but
left.
anyway, and then I'd have Chris Smith. Not that I wasn't good friends with Chris Smith until properly secondary school. But even like the likes of Michael Parton,
Yeah,
um,
if you had to wander up to towards the quarry,
so Mikey Parton used to live. Oh, why is that fucking road? As if you were going to um, Gorsey Lane Park.
yeah,
There's a like a another road and a cul-de-sac. So where nobody's gonna know what we're talking about. The
Rosemary Gardens,
That's it. He lived there. There was one of your mates used to live there as well.
Andrew Goodall.
Andrew Goodall. That's it. Yes. Who was your mate that played the
But it used to be an
trombone?
experience. Tom Kempton.
Yes.
I tried finding him on Facebook the other day. Couldn't find him.
He played the trombone. Did he play it wasn't the bass, was it? He played the actual guitar.
Guitar, yeah, he was a guitarist. He moved down to Cornwall. His mum was a music teacher at Bishop's.
So I remember
I'm not. She
his
was a
brother.
single lady, and I'm not sure. Jacob.
Yeah, he did the handstand dive off the top board.
Yeah.
But I remember going around his house and you guys would either be listening to Nirvana, Oasis, and occasionally The Prodigy, depending on your mood, I guess.
Yeah.
And I used to love that because obviously all my fucking mates at school they didn't really know music as such. They would obviously hear the stuff that would playing on the
Right.
radio, and I was like, a bit of a. I say it to Jess now. I'm like, you're a music snob because Jess is really into fucking Oasis, Stone Roses, Arctic Monkeys. I say music. They actually play instruments. For a start, she's not big into Taylor Swift or anything like that anymore. The mainstream stuff. She's
Yeah.
into other stuff. And if anyone says anything now about music, she's like sort of turns her nose up as if to say, "Well, I'm too cool for that."
Yeah.
But I just remember growing up because the first album I ever got was "What's the Story, Morning Glory" on my CD
I
player.
bought it for you, didn't
You got it for me.
I? Yeah. There
It's
you go. There's
and
some
it's like
podcast history for you.
yeah, but like all the others would be listening to fucking Take That and fucking Spice Girls and whatnot. Not me. I got a big brother.
Yeah, and but
Oh
to
mate.
be fair, there's nothing like when you look back, there's nothing actually like you hear take that song now, and you're like, yeah.
But
But
yeah,
at the time, like a bit like probably Jess is now. She's like, well, the problem that Jess has got is there's no real bands now.
mm,
Do you know? I saw an interesting fact, which is like completely going off. The
they call
whole
it dad music
phone,
now, by the way.
yeah. Um,
Dad rock.
but I couldn't tell you the amount of time that, but there hasn't been a band in like the top 10 for like a number of years
Really?
because it's all individual artists and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
collab.
Collabs. Nah.
But it because and they put it down to the fact that like all you need is a laptop and a microphone
Yeah.
and you can make your own music. So why do you need a band? So I think like
Shame.
genuinely like no, but I don't think it is that much of a shame because there'll be a kickback, a bit like in America with their politics.
Oh
If
yeah.
you take it too far to the one side, you'll get a
Yeah,
big
yeah. I
kickback
know. I see what
from
you're
the other side. And I do think like Charlie's in like three bands, I think, because he's a guitarist. Um, and loads of Georgie's friends like are into their music and stuff. And you'll see, I think you'll see a resurgence of bands. I
It's as
think bands
though,
started to die out.
yeah,
I
it's
think
as though,
bands started to die out with boy bands
yeah,
and
our
girl bands.
our
And they're not
generation,
bands, they're just singers.
yeah, it's as though the kids of our generation are starting to hear the music that we sort of listened to growing up, and
Well, yeah, but like the funny thing about that is that it makes perfect sense because it's music that you listen to.
mm,
It's music that they've grown up listening to, and they hear it, and they'll hear like so, like I'm not even gonna like slate music at the moment, but I'll just say it's a bit different to
no,
what
yeah,
I would listen to.
yeah.
Sana,
There's stuff
bana,
that
gana,
I'm
ha.
like, yeah, I probably wouldn't stop my thing, but then
No,
there's some stuff that I'm like, oh, that's cool.
but what I will say is that eventually, I think it takes a turn, and it will somebody or a group of people will they'll get fed up with it. It's like I don't want to listen to this anymore, and somebody will pick up a guitar and play a riff like something like Kurt Cobain would have done.
Mm.
Like there's like Kurt Cobain. Like wow, this podcast is taking a massive halftime substitution here, isn't it? But no, but like Kurt Cobain and Nirvana and the grunge movement was like an extension of punk,
Mm.
but it was like a fuck you to metal because metal
Metal
went
went hair
from
metal, didn't it?
yes
Motley Crue, Van Halen.
and early 90s the sort of Seattle scene
Mm.
the unfortunately the change in drugs, so they were
Yeah.
all taking like um cocaine and stuff, and then they went on to heroin, and heroin obviously brings out the darkness in people. Well, from what I can see, not that I've actually taken it, but you know what I mean. And it was music. I think is a mirror image of the time, and
Mm.
I wouldn't be surprised if over the last like you think like I heard you talk on your last podcast about like the pandemic and how it like fucked you up physically and whatnot. But I think Georgie and Jessica's sort of age group, because they'll be blanketed under like a 10-year
Yeah, yeah.
age group, there'll be some sort of rage that will come out of that because they didn't get to do what they were supposed to do. They were locked up and they've got all that emotion, and it won't be necessarily a Georgie or a Jessica, but I think there will be there's a fire there that's waiting to come out. This whole Trump thing, this whole Keir Starmer thing that not everybody agrees with. I think that's where like music will has that click and it changes. I think when you talk about the likes of Oasis, they they're basically the Beatles just in a different era, but not in the sense that they are like the Beatles. They grew up listening to the Beatles because their parents listened to the Beatles. So their biggest influence are the Beatles. It's the Bob Dylans, it's the songwriting, it's the guitar being very, very simple. Like all the songs are simple, but you can sing it.
Yeah.
And that's what the 90s needed after the
After
chaos
the
of
chaos.
your Kurt Cobains, your Stone Temple Pilots, your Rage Against the Machines, like all of that that was just a bit chaos. But now you can listen to rock and roll and sing along, and you can take it to a football match, or you can listen to it in your house with your mum. And
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that I mean I don't know with the digital era if it will quite have the same sweep, but I I know the fact that I know two teenagers that like neither of them listen to current music, and that would be your daughter and my daughter. They don't listen to current music.
Yeah.
They listen to music that their parents grew up listening to. So
Genuinely,
they're like
mate.
that. There's got to be hundreds,
It,
if not
yeah,
thousands,
gotta
of
be,
children.
gotta be. Because
Some of them,
even Jess's best mate, or one of her best mates, Rebecca, she's oh, fucking it. It's annoyed me, and it's also annoyed Jess, which is fucking brilliant because she is definitely me as a clone. Her dad managed to get tickets to Oasis, and
yeah, yeah, I know a few
and,
people who have.
she's going with her dad, and yeah, I remember. So she said, so Jess went being Jess. She went, well, what's your favorite Oasis song? And then she did the normal "Don't Look Back in Anger" and Wonderwall, and Jess was like, oh, what about Live Forever? What about Acquiesced? What about the? I was like, Jess, chill out. Other people are allowed to like music. That's how it works.
Yeah,
But yeah, the fact that when it was Christmas and she said, and I said, "What do you want for your Christmas present?" And she went, "I want some vinyls." I was like, "All right." Not that we ever really listened to vinyls as such. Mum
I
had.
did, I did.
I know Mum had them, but I was more CD based, obviously.
Yeah, I used to nick
But
mum's vinyls all the time.
the fact that she went, "I want some vinyls," and I said, "What ones do you want?" And then she came out with definitely maybe the Stone Roses, and I can't remember the other one. She did have one that was way left field, like Childish Gambino or something, and I was like, "Who the fuck's that guy?" But came out with it, and I was just like, I didn't know you like, especially the Stone Roses. I was like, I didn't know you liked the Stone Roses. I know I listened to the Stone Roses because as a United fan, they're the United band, you could say, and I listened to them because fucking David Beckham and Gary Neville and Paul Scholes listened to them basically, and I thought they were fucking brilliant. So I listened to them around the house, stick on the Alexa, play the Stone Roses. So that's playing around the house. I didn't know that she was, obviously she is, but she's picking up on dadisms, you could say.
Yeah. Well, it's not even dadisms. It's like songs that like you're familiar with. Um, like I said to Lana the other day, we were in the kitchen, just had music on because she likes all of her Etta James and all that sort of music. But
She,
that comes from her family.
she's a bit like me as well. She does like the countryside, the country music. Old Lana.
Yeah, yeah, to a degree, but she's more like she'll listen to like Simon and Garfunkel
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah, I got
stuff like that
yeah, yeah.
because that's like her family
Mm.
when they sit around with the guitars and that, they'll play like the boxer and you go, da, 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 so everybody can join in. That's what she grew up with. Like George grew up with me playing a little bit of guitar here and there, but always having music on, like
Yeah,
always.
but Mum always
And
had music on,
yeah, Whitney Houston.
and a lot of UB40, which is not mad at.
Yeah.
Quite like a bit of UB40.
Yeah, I think I am mad at you before you.
Just,
I think I am.
do you ever
I
get
think I prefer Mick Hucknall.
when you're in like yeah, Simply Red, mate? Once to the training session at
Yeah,
Man
I
United.
think I'm all right with Mick Hucknall. UB40, I just can't be arsed with. I don't know why. I think it sounds like forced reggae to me.
Mm. No, I see where you're coming from. But I just there's certain things that you'd listen, you'd be like driving in the car or whatever, and a certain song would come on, and I'm like, oh, I remember this when Mum used to put it on driving to Wales because Dad had no
Do you
control.
know the song? Do you know the song "Games Without Frontiers"?
Probably do, but you'll have to jog my memory.
It's on my list, and I'll see if I can. If you do know it, and you'll be like, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh.
It's not She's So Popular, is it? She's so popular. You got it.
Yeah, I was playing it then. Could you not hear it?
No, I couldn't hear it. No.
It's either going to be completely mental on the podcast because I was literally hold my phone's a bit broken. So can you hear that?
But why am I looking in my
Have you listened to,
microphone?
why you listen to,
No. What's it called?
it's called Games Without Frontiers by Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel.
Hold it up to your mic so at least anybody
Oh,
listening
it
can hear it.
is. He's so popular. He's so popular.
I think you got to hold it at the front of your mic.
Hold on.
It don't work.
It's
Mine
not.
wasn't
It's not
working
letting
either.
you.
Going through.
It's not letting me. It's
No,
popping
it's
up
not.
saying set up
Is
professional
this
audio.
Zoom?
Yeah. Zoom stopping it. So that was She's
Yeah,
So
Zoom.
Popular.
Zoom.
She's
No, it's
so
called Games Without
popular.
Frontiers.
I know what it's called. It's She's So Popular, mate. Soap. Soap popular. The other one is Go West. Go West.
Go West.
Life and peaceful now.
Wow, that's really weird how they blocked that.
Yeah.
How do they do that?
Don't know. Scary times, mate. Scary times. I mean,
What if I was to just pick up a get?
we're in scary, scary times where people are now re-listening to Hitler's speeches and thinking that he was in the right. That's fucking mental.
Yeah,
That's fucking mental.
I don't think I don't think
I think a lot of it
that.
must be bots on fucking
Yeah,
comments because there was over 250,000 comments and likes on this one thing about him talking about it. It was an extract from Mein Kampf, I believe, that they've translated, and it's definitely done by AI, by the way.
yeah.
And
Well,
he's
it's
he's
gonna
doing
rule the
his
world. So
mate. He was a fucking magnificent speech. giver and writer. You just dropped all your fucking liquid on the floor, pal. You spilt that, didn't you? You spilt that, didn't you?
I did, yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just saying
Okay.
he he was a magnificent speech giver, don't get me wrong. But they were like, "Oh, yeah, he had some valid points." Oh, did he? Did he?
Well, the thing is though, he would have had some valid points, otherwise nobody would have
Well,
followed him in the
he
first
was
place.
man of the year in 1938, wasn't
Yeah, but that's not the point, is it? He took it too far.
he? Yeah. Fucking mental. Mate, genuinely, I was reading some of these comments and I was like, this is mental. That and it's like people put in, oh, everyone's waking up now. The victors write the history books. I was like, well, if that was the case, nobody would hate the United Kingdom. Everyone would love us. But no.
I don't think it's even that, is it? It's like the victors. Well, yeah, the victors do write the history books, but he was killing a lot of people,
Yeah,
and that's enough. That's
yeah,
just
yeah.
enough. He was
Right.
killing enough.
We ain't going.
Well,
We're
not
not
killing
going.
enough people.
We're not
He
going
was
down that
killing
rabbit
too
hole.
many people. Why not?
Yeah. That's starting to fucking fall off there.
Can you
That's
press pause so I can mop up this mess I just made?
yeah. We should be back on now. Are we? I did pause.
Yeah, well, I can hear you. I can see you. You've gone a bit pixely, but
I'm sure we'll get back into it.
yeah, mental that music thing.
Yeah.
How do they filter that out?
Don't know. That is mental. Very clever. Very clever. This is weird. So, do you know what just came up on my Facebooks from your Herefordshire?
Go on.
Name one thing you could do in Hereford in the 90s that you can't do now.
In the 90s, yeah.
And one of the top ones was from Ross Tanswell, who we know. Watch a good standard of
Oh,
football.
yeah.
Watch a good standard of football at Edgar Street. Was it though?
I think that might be nostalgia.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, to be fair, they were
Well, they were in the league, weren't they? When we
yeah,
played Spurs and Leicester in the league and FA Cup, I think.
yeah. The Lily Whites. That was something that we never got into was Hereford United, wasn't it?
Yeah, I kind of wish we did a little bit because we could have gone to see them.
I went to a few games. I went
Yeah,
to a few
I went
games
to a
when I was
few. I
young.
went to a few with Funnily enough, his name pops up again. Chris Gower. His dad used to take us quite often,
Yeah.
but I don't. I remember maybe one or two times with dad where he said, "You fancy going to watch Hereford?" But wasn't many.
No,
He'd rather go to the
no.
pub.
Yeah, he would, to be fair.
But he did get us quite a fair few tickets to European nights at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I feel like it was down to me playing for Westfields though, and
Oh
David
yeah, because
Hobson
of
being
Dave Hobson, wasn't it?
yeah, he was quite high up in Bournemouth, and they obviously sponsored the Champions
Yeah,
League.
'cause
So
they were bought by Heineken, weren't they?
yeah.
Yeah. Get up,
Um,
Harambe.
Bromby, that was a mad one, wasn't it? They sang the
Why is
same
that the
song for
only?
the
Why is
whole.
that one of the only ones I remember? Because I've still got the programs, and we
We've
went.
still got them of you.
Yeah, we went to see United versus Inter in '99.
Did I go to that?
Yeah, United Barcelona. We've got
I
United
definitely
Bromby.
didn't go to that.
United Bromby is that. Do you know why that sticks out in my mind so much? Because they didn't stop singing the whole game.
Yeah, the same song.
Get up, Bromby. I think I've got. I think Fenerbahce is another one.
I don't even imagine that it was Get Up Bromby.
That's what it sounded like.
It sounded like that, but I don't think it probably was that. It was probably something in where's Bromby? Is it Danish?
Denmark, isn't
Or Denmark? It's like yeah. So it's Danish.
it? Yeah. Get up, Bromby. Nah, some good nights. Little Chef on the way.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, no. But Little Chef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going in Dave Hobson's Mercedes. I went to one with Dad, Dave Hobson, and Charles Willis.
I went with Charles Willis before as well. That was weird. I remember the first couple was up in I think what is now the it's either the Bobby Charlton stand or the East Stand, which is the one with the mass where it's really high up.
Yeah.
And you look at the ticket and it literally says, "Don't go up here if you've got vertigo because it's not nice." But there was a number of games that we went to where we were literally in the Stretford end, and I didn't even realise until growing up that we were in the Stretford end because we would watch them walk out, and where they walk out, where the tunnel is, that's the Stretford end,
Oh, right.
and we were in there. No wonder it was loud and like you could hear them singing. But my first proper professional, like proper Premier League game was Arsenal Chelsea that I went to. Because
Yeah, I know. Can you
because
not remember the?
dad took you midweek, didn't he, to United, and then I went to Arsenal. I was like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, that was at the old Stamford Bridge, wasn't it?
Yeah, dad got lost, and we missed the fucking first 20 minutes, I think. And
Didn't Ian?
Ian Wright had already scored twice.
Yeah, it was a funny one, wasn't it? Because
Yeah, wank, wank, wank.
we had a thing for a while where I'd been to see Man United more times than you had, and you'd been to see Arsenal more times than I
Yeah, I was like, Dad, are you gonna sort this out?
had.
Well, I can't take you out of schoolboy. The other one can.
Yeah, and you wore a Liverpool kit as a kid.
I did wear a Liverpool kit as a kid. It's weird.
Liverpool jammies.
Yeah, we won't talk about that anymore. It makes me feel funny. Oh,
So we're gonna do this three-way podcast.
yes, I will get that sorted.
I because I see Ian followed me, so I followed him back and sent him a message the other day and said listen to the episode. Thought it was actually a really good episode. Like I doubt very much what people have got this far into this episode because it literally only relates to
Taking a
me and
knob
you,
after
doesn't
10
it?
minutes, mate.
It relates to me and you only.
Yeah,
But do you know what I will say is, because I
it
know
will.
you touched on like podcasts and stuff that you listen to. There are certain podcasts that I'll put on when I go to bed.
Yeah,
Um, Rogan being one because I know it's like 3 hours long,
the Lord and Savior Joe Rogan.
and Bill Burr because I'm used to hearing Bill Burr's voice.
Yeah,
Theo Von, like sometimes, but I find myself listening to Theo too much.
yeah,
Like as in listening to what he's saying rather than just falling asleep. Um, Two Bears, One Cave, I listen to a little bit, but the ones where they're just chatting shit are actually the ones that I sit and listen to way more
Yes.
than like Rogan had Gad Sad,
Yeah.
Saeed, Gad Sad.
Yeah.
I think that's his name. He's a psychologist. I started listening to it when I got back from work last night, and for the first hour, I was like, "This is really cool." I literally had another 2 hours of it, and I couldn't tell you what happened
Yeah.
because he was going too much into like his whole like psych because he's a psychologist, so he was going too much into it. At the beginning, they were talking about. He was like, "Oh, I'd love to do a bit of sparring," and Joe was explaining to him. He said, "You could." We could spar. I'll spar with you. And he was like, yeah, but if you spar with me, you're gonna knock my head off. He was like, well, of course I wouldn't do that. I
That's
said,
not how
I
sparring
go
works,
with
mate.
what, yeah. And Joe was explaining all that to him. I was like, oh, I'm in. I'm listening. And then they started talking about different theories and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think even Joe was checking out a little bit.
Yeah.
I tell you what's up. Like, if anybody has watched this the whole time through, the lighting in my room has changed dramatically over
Massively.
the
Yeah.
last. It was sunshine, then it went a bit blue, and now look at me, I'm like a warm yellow hue.
It looks cozy as shit, mate.
It is, mate. Sometimes I sleep on this little sofa.
When did you pull it out?
If the cat, if the no, no, do I fuck? If the cat comes in, one of the cats, and they want to snuggle, I'll spoon the cat all night.
Have a little snuggle with the cat. My cat's well snuggly at the minute. I don't know if it's because she's getting old or because she's not used to these new surroundings or what, but she is a snuggly cat, and she never used to be a snuggly cat.
Mm.
She woke me up at 4 o'clock the other morning, and I don't know if you do this, but I tried to converse with the cat.
Oh yes, I do.
So
Yeah.
she meowed, and I went, "What do you want?" And then she meowed again, and I went, "Oh, you want me to get up? Do you?" So I got up, and then she turned her back to me and started strutting out as she does, and then sat by Sophia's bedroom door as if to say, "Open this, human. I need to get in." And then I opened it, and then she went back to sleep with Sophia because that's where she loves to live with the crazy cat
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah. I've got two boy cats, and my Panthera, Dennis, he will sleep near you, but he's not much of a like he doesn't want to cuddle too
Yeah.
much. Dennis, Jesus, not Dennis, Lewis or Louis. Fucking hell, that cat is so needy, and he'll just go like this. I'm like, where I sleep. I'll be like, where am I supposed to go, brother? Where?
Blossom's got this new thing now where she'll sit on the arm of the chair next to you, and then she may sit on your lap for a bit. If you get up to go for a drink or anything, oh, she is taking your seat and curl up in a ball on your
Yeah,
seat. You know, hey, fuckstick.
and you're not supposed to move them, are you?
I don't like to because
No, I don't.
it's comfy.
That's quite often why I will sleep here
Yeah.
in this space. I'll be like, I can't move the cat. He's sleeping next to Lana. Oh, I guess
Or
I'm
if she
sleeping
falls asleep on
downstairs then.
me, and Kate's like, "Oh, you need to come over and give me some attention." I'm like, "Well, I can't, cat. She's lovely."
Yeah, you can't. If the cat's in there, you can't do it.
Nah, exactly. Oh,
What are you having for dinner tonight then?
then I've got to cook it. We got chicken thighs, or I've got
Oh,
mince. I
do you,
might could do a
do you
bolognese.
debone the chicken thighs? Yeah,
I think they're already deboned. I don't know. Oh shit, I haven't
lazy,
looked. Lazy.
lazy that is.
Um, but it's what to go with it. because as we've established, I've got one that eats everything, and I've got another that doesn't eat anything.
So I find midweek, I go for basically a roast dinner, but I'll use like chicken thighs.
Good shout. I might do that. Have I got spuds?
Just like with a little bit of green veg, some roasty potatoes,
Mm,
some gravy,
not
chicken
bad.
thighs,
Not bad shout. That.
banging, banging on a Wednesday. Like, what more could you want on a Wednesday?
I might get on that.
And it's easy because you just chuck it all in the oven. Or try what I'm doing tonight. Well,
Batch
in a
stuff.
similar way. No, 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 but you've got chicken thighs. Just roast the chicken thighs. Do some either chips, rice, whatever. Chuck it all out in front of everybody, and they just take what they want.
Good shout.
Family style is sometimes is a great way to eat. I don't think it's the way to eat every day.
Family. Do you call it family style?
Family style, you know how you eat Chinese food, where everybody orders a dish, but it's not specifically for you.
Stick it in, and we'll all have a.
Stick in the middle, grab a bit of what you want.
Yeah.
But I don't think you could eat like that every day.
Nah. Oh, can I just sneeze?
It's easier if you got a lazy Susan.
Who?
A lazy Susan.
Who's lazy? Susan.
You know, the lazy Susan you put in the middle of the table and it spins around.
Oh yeah, I got you. Ugh. Gotta take me tablets
Are
soon.
you about done? I was going to say, are you about done for your.
Yeah. Face it. I've got all the snot going on.
No, you're not well.
I've got a cold tonight, but got to deal with it.
What you need is some onions.
Some onions and some honey. That's all you need. Which I actually have in the house.
Funny thing is, Mike always says about onions.
Oh, I
Well, if
don't.
you get a cold, just have some boiled onions.
Shh,
Ugh.
shh, shh, shh.
Boiled onions, though. You know
Welshman.
what I mean?
Yeah. Anyways,
I don't-
I've enjoyed this. Whether anyone else enjoys it is up to them. I've had.
I doubt it because it really, unless people really give a shit about like our childhood, but like that, like I said, there's so many things still on my phone.
Oh, we'll get that on
But
the next one.
yeah, that like honestly, there. Shall I see if I can find one last one before you go?
Go on, one more.
Right, this is not even nostalgia. This just happened. So, for the listeners that don't know, mine and Sean's dad lives with me when he's back from London, and he's been away doing his job in London since his, well, I think before his birthday in September, and he didn't get back until mid-January. So I said to him, "I'll take you out for a meal." Um, Thought it'd be like me, Georgie, Lana. It ended up just being me and Lana, and it was to celebrate his birthday because I didn't get to celebrate it with him. Um, Wish him a happy Christmas and a happy New Year. And we've been sat there for a while, and as Tom does, he starts getting bored.
Yeah.
And so I decided to try and engage him a little bit in just some conversation. And conversation got a little bit onto politics. And obviously, Dad works with people of a different religion to what is native to the UK. And he's actually quite sensitive to it, and he's happy to go along with it. But so I got onto American politics, and we're talking about Trump, and because we were talking about Uncle Richard living over in
Yeah.
America and stuff. And Uncle Richard strikes me as quite a libertarian kind of person.
Yeah.
Probably lives in New York and enjoys it there because it's a blue state rather than a red state. And we got on to how New York was a bit of a shithole when me, Lana, and Georgie went there last time. And I was trying to Dad that it's because New York being a blue state, they have like almost an open border policy. So, and that they since COVID, we're using hotels and stuff to put illegal immigrants up, which has seen a rise in drug abuse and stuff and all sorts of
Yeah.
not. And also in New York, weed is legal. So as soon as you go out of your hotel room, all you can smell is weed, which is fine, but it's not always the nicest thing to smell on a family holiday and whatnot. Just saying the place is a bit of a mess. So Dad tried to chirp in. And bear in mind, at this point, so we went to the Crown and Anchor, Sean,
Love the Crown Anchor.
and they don't sell um, Wye Valley bitter. They only sell Butty back. So Dad's about 3 butties in.
Oh shit.
And as much as Dad can drink, he can't drink strong stuff because it affects him really fast. So he comes out with America is split with different ethnicities. You've got the Latinos, you've got the whites, and you've got the Negros. And I went, Dad, what? And he was like, well, what I said. I said, what do you mean? He went, well, you got the Latinos, the whites, and the Negros. I went, Dad, you can't call black people Negros. You can't say that. And he went, you can. I was like, Dad, you can't. You call them black people. And he was like, it's in the dictionary, isn't it? I went, it is in the dictionary, but you can't call them that, Dad.
Oh.
And he was like, he just could not get the Negros. I was like, Dad,
Oh. Brilliant.
he meant no harm by it. He meant no harm
Of
by
course
it.
not. No, that's
But
brilliant.
I was literally like, I literally was just like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You didn't just say that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you crack on. Let me know what you have for dinner.
Will do. Ended up being quite a long podcast.
It's about 2 hours.
Yeah, two and a bit. I think. Shawshank Redemption.
Two and a bit with breaks.
Yeah, level that. No, enjoyed that, mate. And I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon. Ta-ra.
Be careful. Hello. You're at the adverts. So don't turn off. Don't turn off because I've got some good stuff for you. First up, I'm going to talk about our sponsors. Kent CBD is our first sponsor. Now, CBD oil, as you know, has tremendous benefits, especially within mental health and physical health. Personally, I use it to help with my anxiety and my depression, but not only that, I also use it to help with the aches and pains of life in my joints, especially my ankles and my knees. But yeah, without CBD oil, I would have still been on my antidepressant tablets, which I'm no longer on. So, every cloud. And what we're going to do here at Granite Zero is we're going to give you 10% off everything from oil, muscle rub, jellies, bath salts, the lot. Yeah? Make sure you get in there. www.kentcbd.org put in the promo code GRANITE0 and get yourself 10% off. You are welcome. But also, if you're like me and you love a nice cup of coffee. Now, for me, I only drink one coffee, and that's Green Beret coffee. Now, I don't only drink it because it's out of this world fucking coffee, roast to order, grinded to whatever specific grind you want. But not only that, it's veteran owned and veteran run, which, you know, hits me right in the feels. So make sure you check it out, Green Beret coffee. Get yourself a nice cup of coffee. I drink it dark, just like my soul. Incredible stuff, incredible stuff. And what I'm going to give for you, I'm going to give you 10% off. So once you get to the checkout, once you've got all your coffee, your products, your apparel, whatever you need, get to the checkout and put in the promo code GZPodcast10 and get yourself 10% off. Courtesy of the Granite Zero podcast. You are welcome. Now, that's enough of me talking about this stuff. Back to the regular scheduled show. Check it out!